Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Late Late Show, and a very warm welcome back to my garage. That's right, we're back in lockdown for a few days. We're going to be doing the show from my house until it's safe to return. We were here first. The first time we were here was in the spring. So once again, I'm saying hello to my garage and goodbye to my pants. I mean, last time we did the shows in the garage, people were all, you know, do you remember when everyone was making sourdough bread? You remember that, you know, back when people had energy. But we have a good show for you tonight. We'll be joined by the delightful Rosario Dawson. Later, we got a performance from Ingrid Andress, so stick around for that. But Happy New Year, guys. Reggie's here, the band is here, Ian's here. How are we doing? Is everyone okay?
Woohoo!
Good.
Tim, are you on a treadmill?
Yeah. That's right. I'm on a treadmill. Yep.
Hang on. Is this part of some new fitness regime or...
Honestly, I've lost the plot at this point, so I was hoping you could tell me what what I'm doing here. Mostly just, you know, walk.
Hang on. You're saying you've lost the plot at this point? Does that mean you had the plot when we were doing this before in March, which frankly, I don't think anyone would agree with that at all. I can't tell you how lovely it is to see you all. Reg, how was your break? Was it okay?
Yeah. I went solo to Montana, hung out with my mom.
And Ian, you took a trip, right? You went back to Portland.
I drove up I-5 all the way to Portland, where I hung out with my mom, and then drove all the way back down I-5 to Los Angeles. Yeah, long drive.
Look at this. Look at us. What about any New Year's resolutions amongst the band? Guillermo, any New Year's resolutions this year?
Stay sane.
Sorry, I've just realized I don't think this cup has been cleaned since the last time we were in here.
Oh my God, did you drink out of it?
I just took a sip. Everything's just been here. Everything's just been here in the corner, and I just came in, I put some water in this cup, and it is, I'm looking at it now, it's full of dust. Well, what better way to kick off 2021? We're all here. Should we look at some headlines? Do you want to look at some headlines, gang? Okay, because we've got some big news to talk about. Yesterday, an audio tape was released of a conversation between President Trump and Georgia's Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, where Trump flat out asked for the vote to be recalculated in his favor.
The people of Georgia are angry. The people of the country are angry. And there's nothing wrong with saying that, you know, that you've recalculated.
Well, Mr. President, the challenge that you have is the data you have is wrong.
That's going to be my new comeback anytime anybody ever disagrees with me. I'm going to say, well, the challenge that you have is the data that you have is wrong. I mean, Trump's not even good at being a bad guy. At least a mobster, you know, assumes that he's being recorded at all times and speaks in vague terms like, beautiful state you got down there. Be a shame if something happened to it. Like, Ian, isn't there a more discreet way to have this conversation?
I think there are only more discreet ways to have this conversation. I think that's like the least discreet way. He came into everything being recorded by Access Hollywood, and now he's going out being recorded by the Secretary of State of Georgia. So I think it's a lateral move for him.
But here's my thing. I don't think, and we talked about this morning, I don't think this is the only one of these phone calls that was happening. Otherwise, why would you tape it?
Oh, no, this was for sure like the fifth one where they're like, all right, let's just tape it and then release it, and then maybe he'll stop. But he's not going to stop. I guarantee you there's a phone call happening right now where at first he's angry and then he goes back into the same old shtick all over again.
I listened to the whole tape. It's like an hour long. And the whole way through it, I was just thinking, I would love to hear Trump try and pronounce Raffensperger. Like, he can't even say the word anonymous. Raffensperger would be fantastic. Later in the call, Trump specifically talked to the Secretary of State about the number of votes he wanted to find in order to flip the state in his favor.
So, look, all I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have, because we won the state, and flipping the state is a great testament to our country, because, you know, there's just, it's a testament that they can admit to a mistake, or whatever you want to call it.
Someone should just tell Trump he can't just make numbers up out of nowhere. Like, this isn't his net worth. But it would have been great if Raffensperger was like, Mr. President, okay, we found the votes. We've got them, 11,780. Got them. They're all for Biden, though. Oh, see, you didn't specify. Trump said flipping Georgia in his favor would be a testament to the country. And if there's anyone who knows his testaments, it's the guy who holds a Bible like this. At another point, Raffensperger told Trump that the election results are accurate, and Trump responded like this.
You should want to have an accurate election. And you're a Republican.
We believe that we do have an accurate election.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have, not even close. You're off by hundreds of thousands of votes.
Ah, yes, the flawless legal argument of, nah, you wish. If only Trump could approach the rest of his job with this kind of tenacity. If he did, maybe I wouldn't be hosting a TV show from my garage right now. I mean, can you imagine trying to break up with Trump? You'd be like, it's over. And they're like, well, that's a shame because I don't accept it. We're not breaking up. We're still together. What are we doing this weekend? And then, of course, Trump ditched all of the debating and just flat out asked for a favor.
So what are we going to do here, folks? I only need 11,000 votes. Fellas, I need 11,000 votes. Give me a break.
It sounds like he's trying to get someone to hook him up with a free refill of Dr. Pepper, not a presidential election. Trump even, you know it's serious because he even pulled out fellas. And you know when you say fellas, yeah, fellas. Like, we're all buddies, right? Come on, fellas. What's a little conspiracy between pals? He's three seconds away from saying bro. Bro. Come on, bro. I mean, Ian, Reg, it's 2 a.m. on a Saturday night. Does anything good ever happen after you start a sentence with fellas?
No.
Fellas is the way I'm greeted at every restaurant that I've ever been to. So, yeah, any 24-hour diner, it's like, fellas, let's get some jalapeno poppers started for you. So, yeah, there are certain circumstances where it's a good thing.
Fellas. Do you ever think, Ian, me and you, I think it's safe to say, and we're both trying to do something about it, we're larger gentlemen. Do you ever find it odd, the freedom and the sort of relaxed way that people will just call you big guy?
All the time. Yeah. You would never do it with you wouldn't call like a short dude like, what's up, little man? You would never do that.
Yeah.
He would get furious.
Little fella.
Have you ever gotten this? Look, this might be an American thing. I have a friend from Texas who calls me Bubba, which is completely unacceptable.
Bubba.
I had to ask him to stop, and he stopped for 6 months and then went right back to calling me Bubba all the time.
In my defense, I'm sorry. We talked about it. Sorry, Ian. I really am.
Well, look, all of these Trump tapes, of course, are incredible, but not so. I mean, I couldn't believe it when I saw on Twitter, people were like, I can't believe this. It's like, yes, you can. You absolutely can believe this. It's Donald Trump. Like, who out there was like, that's it now. That's the final straw for me. I've really changed my mind on Trump now. I've heard him say that. Well, this is exciting because we've got an exclusive. Our show managed to get hold of even more audio of President Trump's phone call with Georgia's Secretary of State. This has never been heard anywhere else. I have to warn you, it's pretty shocking. There's this one.
They say text the word vote, but the number you're supposed to text has only 5 digits. It's total nonsense.
Well, sir, that is not how voting works.
I mean, look at Sanjaya.
Who?
From American Idol, which, by the way, was never good after the Adam Lambert season. Now, that guy could really, really rock.
And then there was this one, too.
And you checked everywhere for the votes.
Yes, we did.
Well, did you check under there?
Under where?
I just made you say underwear. Ha ha, come on. That one should get me some bonus votes.
Now, in other political news, a new Congress was sworn in yesterday with an ordained minister giving the opening prayer, and he concluded the prayer in a rather unusual way. Have a look.
We ask it in the name of the monotheistic God, Brahma, and God known by many names, by many different faiths. A man and a woman.
I can't. I can't with that. I actually can't. I think that's it. I think that's the final straw. I think that, plus being back in the garage, has done me. I think it's done. I think it's all over, guys. Have you ever seen... I mean, here's the thing. Amen means so be it. And that's nothing to do with gender. But we can't expect an ordained minister to know that. I mean, Ian, what was he trying to do there? Was he just trying to be woke?
I think you just do the math in your head where you're like, either I can say this and get made fun of on the late night shows, or I cannot say it and then have like 8,000 people angry at me on Twitter. I'll just take the jokes. At least that'll just be one day. It's a grim mathematic, and I think you got to do it.
I didn't even know this was a thing that people were angry about, though.
I'm from Portland, Oregon, and I've never heard it before. And that means nobody's angry about it. So I don't think it's a real thing.
No, it's not.
The prayer was given by Missouri Representative Emanuel Cleaver, or I should say, Emanuel Cleaver. And yesterday, Nancy Pelosi honestly couldn't. I felt like I needed a real minute when I saw that. I thought, that's it now. It's too much. It's too far. Don't you think, Guillermo?
Oh, I love it. I'm saying a woman from now on. I'm going to tell my dad about it. Oh, goodness.
Forever and ever, a woman. And yesterday, Nancy Pelosi narrowly retained her position as Speaker of the House. According to reports, Pelosi encouraged several Democrats who have tested positive for coronavirus to break their quarantine and come out to vote for her. Pelosi was pretty desperate. She was reaching out to both amen and a women. So, I mean, now some people might see Pelosi's actions as hypocritical, but Democrats having a blatant disregard for the health and safety of others just means all of us have a lot more in common than we thought, you know? Do you think, guys? Like, Reg, what else do Republicans and Democrats have in common?
Oh, they both have skeletal systems.
There you go. See? Ian, any other similarities?
I mean, if you ask me, they both belong in the gall darn loony bin.
Yes.
This is going to be a really long week, guys.
Yeah, it's going to feel really long. It feels really weird. We've only been doing this for like 7 minutes.
It's going to be a really long week. How
feels
far
like a
into
long
the show are we? This is tough.
Mm-hmm. I haven't felt this grim doing comedy since like I only did improv, and like even then, only the first year of improv. It feels real rough.
Wow, but at least Tim's taking it up to a jog, so that'll get us through it.
Going somewhere, guys. I don't know where. Oh my God.
Pelosi asked people to break quarantine to vote for her, but it's okay because I've heard the virus isn't as contagious when it's for something you really, really want to happen. And we wanted to tell you about this. According to a police report, a man in Britain was recently caught trying to smuggle a cookie into jail by sandwiching the cookie between his butt cheeks. The man apparently acted out of fear that he wouldn't be able to get any decent food in jail. He was like, I looked at the prison dessert menu. They don't even offer butt-flavored cookies. Here's the question you need to ask yourself, okay? Is that still decent food? Once something's been between the cheeks of your ass, is it still better than the food they serve in prison? Do you know what I mean? How bad can it be? Really? I guess they shouldn't be surprised. Did you see who made the cookie? Nabutzko. We'll be right back.